Hey, what's up guys, my name is Cherno and welcome to another vlog type deal that I keep doing sometimes, but probably not very often. And this is going to be my Ludum Dare I'm in kind of video that I do every time before Ludum Dare. You guys are probably going to guess what this video is about, since Ludum Dare is this weekend. But basically, I will be doing Ludum Dare this weekend. It starts Saturday. I don't even know when it starts, to be honest. I think it's around midday for me, but like 1 p.m. probably. I'm not actually 100% sure, which is great. But it's going to start on Saturday. If you guys want a countdown as to when it will start for you, then just go to ludumdare.com and you'll see a countdown timer right on the site and you'll be able to see when that starts. So first of all, what is Ludum Dare for those of you who do not know still? So Ludum Dare is a 48-hour game programming competition, or a 72-hour game jam, in which you have 48 hours or 72 hours to make a game from scratch based on the theme that gets released at the beginning of the competition. So you can use whatever tools you... Sorry, this chair's very squeaky. Anyway, you can use whatever tools you wish to make a game, be that actually make it from scratch using something like C++ or Java, or use an engine like Unreal or Unity. And you can use whatever technology you like. You can make a game for whatever platform you like, and at the end, the people who submitted games, which is usually around 2,000 people or so, they will vote on each other's games, and thus a winner will be decided. And you don't really win anything, you just win the fact that you've won, right? That's it. It's just one of those, let's do this for fun kind of things. So I'll be streaming the whole thing on twitch.tv/thecherno, like I do every time. And like you guys know by now that every Ludum Dare I use a different technology, okay? Last time I used Sparky, the time before that I used WebGL and JavaScript for the first time. Before that I used, I think, LWJGL, but like modern OpenGL, I think, and then before that I used Legacy OpenGL explicitly. Anyway, I always use different technologies because I don't see Ludum Dare as a let's make an awesome game. I more or less see it as, hey, I've got a weekend to learn something new, okay? I am probably going to eventually take it more seriously, but for now, I'm just like, I've got a list of things I wish I knew, and this is like a weekend in which I can actually learn that technology. So for me, that's, oops, sorry, microphone. For me, that's more beneficial, right? So that's kind of what I do. So this time, I'm going to use something that I've never used before to make a game, and that is Unity. Okay, now I feel a little bit dirty using Unity, I have to say, just because I'm always the let's make stuff from scratch guy, and I really enjoy low-level programming, graphics programming, and all of that stuff. And Unity kind of takes that all away from me, because like making game engines is what I do, right? It's what I like. It's my passion. So when the game engine's already done, for me, it's like, well, is making the game even that fun? Like, I like making engines. But anyway, that being said, I will use Unity this time. Now, there are two reasons for doing that. One, well, three reasons, actually. The first one is I actually want to make a game that is more about making the game and less about making the engine. Why? Because I feel like there have been too many years since I made a game that was actually good. In fact, the last game that I actually still consider good, the game I made last Ludum Dare Shift, I found that quite fun, to be honest. So I will qualify that as an actual video game. And then I think the time before that was Genesis. Like that was my first Ludum Dare 24. That was the last time I think that I actually made a game in which I could call it a game. A game which you could play and not just some kind of test or something, but an actual game that I enjoyed, right? It's been too long. I really want to make a game, but also, so that's reason one, right? Let's actually maybe focus on the gameplay and actually maybe make a game, right? That's the first deal. Second deal is, I want to learn Unity because I've never used Unity, and Unity is a bit, like, it's a good thing to know because a lot of people always compare things to Unity, and I think it's just really important to know more and more technologies and whatnot, and, I mean, that should be fun anyway, learning Unity on the fly. How hard could it be? I mean, it's Unity. And then the third reason is because I'm doing a bit of covert intelligence gathering. I want to investigate how Unity does a few things and then basically put them into Sparky, okay? So Sparky is the game engine that I'm making, for those of you who don't know, and that will eventually have, an editor and all of that stuff. And I think it's obviously a good idea to use an editor to better understand how I might come up with a way to put that into Sparky, and how I might come up with Sparky's editor and workflow as well. So that's why I really want to do a bit of sneaky intelligence gathering to take a look at Unity and and see exactly how it handles things, because I'm just interested in that, right? Okay, so more specifics. Unity. How much of Unity have I used? I have used Unity before, and by that I mean I've downloaded it, I've installed it, and I've spent 5-minute sessions in it until I'm like, dude, like I want to go back to C++ or something like that. So I haven't really used it. I've used it in my entire life. I've used Unity for a collective amount of about 4 hours, I would say. I've put a block down. I've added a physics collider. I've written a script, and I've hit play, and I've been like, well, that was completely unsatisfying, and that's it. Okay? Now, I'm not bashing Unity, by the way. I think Unity is a wonderful tool. It's really probably the only way you can make a game if you're a solo indie developer, and you want to make a 3D game that is quite complex. I think that you would be probably a bit foolish not to use something like Unity, because there is no way you're going to be able to write an engine by yourself, especially if you don't have too much experience. If you have a team of engineers, then I would absolutely write an engine. But, you know, if you're an indie developer who wants to get their game out and wants to actually ship a game, Unity is a very, very good choice. But anyway, the point is, this video is not about Unity and game engines and shipping games and all that stuff. But the point is that that's all I've done in Unity, right? I've done that, and that's it. I haven't actually made any games in Unity ever. I have never finished a game. I don't actually know how to use Unity, is what I'm trying to say. So I will be learning it on the fly. What I think I might do is actually record the entire session and then post it on YouTube. I tried to do that last time. Unfortunately, it didn't record. It recorded the wrong monitor, right? So I was streaming this monitor, and then it recorded the wrong monitor. So that was a big problem. And I actually have no idea how I managed that, because in the preview, I'm pretty sure it showed my main monitor. Anyway, this time I'm going to do that, and I might post the whole thing to YouTube, and I might title it something like, "Let's learn Unity whilst making a game for Ludum Dare," or something ridiculous, so that you guys can see how I approach new technologies and how I learn stuff on the fly. And maybe, because I'll try and narrate this a lot, because I figure I'll have so much free time, because Unity is going to be so much easier to make a game in Unity than in, well, last time Sparky or from scratch, that I'm going to have so much time. So I'll just narrate it, and I'll talk about it, and I'll kind of be able to probably make a better game as well. In fact, definitely I should be able to make a better game. So yeah, now I don't have Unity Pro or anything, so there is going to be a splash screen in front of my game, but that's okay. I might hack it to make the dark theme appear though, just because I'm not a big fan of the light theme. But anyway, all that aside, that's the plan. That's going to happen this weekend. So if you are excited to watch me learn Unity on the fly and make a game for Ludum Dare, then head over to twitch.tv/Cherno. There'll be a link in the description to that. And yeah, that's this weekend. So I'll be streaming for most of the 48 hours, I would imagine. And of course, for those of you who are interested as well, I will be composing the music again to my game, to my hopefully good game this time. And I will live stream that as well. In fact, I'm trying to set up an actual camera in my studio instead of this webcam, so that I can capture that a bit better, because I know a lot of people are really interested in that. Yes, so I'll definitely record that, and I'll definitely post the unedited me making music video to YouTube this time as well. I didn't do that last time, but I will this time. And it should all work out really well. So I'm really excited. I'm gonna have some fun. We're gonna make a game, and hopefully you guys in the chat will be like, "Hey man, this is not how you make this in Unity. You should do this instead." Because yeah, so let's do that. And I will see you guys this weekend. Goodbye. Vroom.